You wanna play? One on one? Blackie.
Enjoy yourself and have a good life.
To nisam fudbaler. Dve najčuvenije figure koje su obeležile istoriju Nottingema su Robin Hood i Brian Clough. I obojica su u stvari radili istu stvar. Krali su od bogatih i davali siromašnima. Cije pokušao bude treći, mislim da još uvijek nije blizu, ali na dobrom si putu. Robin Hood znamo zašto. A ovaj menadžer je uzdrmao onaj fudbalski establishment i uspeo da od onih najvećih klubova ukrade prvu titulu šampiona Engleske, a zatim i titulu šampiona Evrope i dovede u Nottingham.
Brian Clough je jedan od najvećih ljudi u povijesti ovoga grada. Već si spomenuo drugoga, jednim si dijelom spomenuo i trećega. Ali ipak ovaj čovjek, čiji spomenik ovdje vidimo iza nas, je obilježio jednu eru i ovoga se čovjeka naravno svi u ovom gradu, pa i oni koji ne prate taj predivni sport, sjećaju i znaju o komu se radi. Zato je najbolja stvar i mislim da je red da ova priča krene upravo ovdje.
Evo, kreće jedna tura na stadionu Nottinghama. Mi imamo ne vodiča specijalnog, nego legendu kluba. To je gospodin John McGovern, koji je bio kapiten one generacije Notingem Foresta, koji je 2 puta bio šampion Evrope. Tako da smo baš počećeni. Mr. McGovern, you're our tour guide for today.
Yes,
right?
okay.
So, we can begin. Okay.
Let's go.
Okay. Follow me.
Mi ćemo poslije malo i razgovarati duže sa gospodinom McGovernom, ali ajmo sad malo prošetati s njim.
Ovdje imamo sve ove stvari koje su prethodile tim osvajanjima titula. This is actually briefly before the greatest success, right? When you won the European Cup.
Yeah, that was the first one against Malmo.
Yeah, this was
Trevor Francis
His
scoring
goal,
the goal. Yeah, the first £1 million player in football.
You remember well those times, no?
Yeah.
Don't you?
Yeah, of course. But it was unusual. I mean, nowadays, if you said a player cost £1 million, everybody goes.
It's rubbish.
Right? Yeah. We don't want to pay. We want to pay a lot more for a player. You know?
Yeah.
So, but in those days, that was the first £1 million player, so it attracted an awful lot of attention.
Gospodin Marinakis je preuzeo Nottingham Forest, on je i dalje tu na čelu kluba. I tad počinje povratak Foresta u stvari u Premier ligu.
European Cup, you win that as well. So it's like everybody's going like, who are this team? You know, because before that, nobody really knew us that well. But then just to prove it wasn't a fluke, we won it the year after as well.
But wouldn't you say? I mean, not just in those times as well, but especially today, that's absolutely impossible to happen, isn't it?
Yeah, now, it wouldn't happen again.
That wouldn't happen, you say? Never.
Impossible.
Yeah, I think so as well. Yeah. That's absolutely crazy.
We know at the moment because Nottingham Forest got in the Premier League, but we're not at that end of the table. Yeah. We're trying to survive.
Especially 2 years in a row. I mean, with the same team, with just a miracle.
Yeah, that's when you get back to where you belong, right? To the Premiership. And the whole city actually accepts Notts County fans, right?
Everybody.
Notts County fans, no, please. It's impossible, right?
But it was a celebration, so you know. But that was obviously when we returned to the Premier League.
Yeah.
So that was just getting back to the Premier League.
So is that rivalry between Nottingham Forest and Notts County huge or not? No.
No.
Really?
Because we're in different leagues.
Oh yeah.
If you're in the same league, then
then really.
Then the competition would begin.
Yeah.
But when you're in different leagues, there's not the same passion, there's not the same determination.
Yeah,
you
I know. Only friendlies you play. Yeah. Occasionally.
Yep.
So where are you, Mr. McGovern? Where are you?
Top middle of the row.
Oh yeah, of course.
I made that.
How do you mean?
I made that.
Okay, you assembled the whole thing.
Oh, okay, you did it personally.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I made a limited edition of, I think it was 300, and sold them, and we shared the money between the players.
Oh, great.
But I made every one.
It was a huge thing to do, right?
What an excellent team. I mean, of course, with Brian Clough. And everybody knows everybody, at least football fans know the story about Brian Clough and everything that was going on around it. So how would you describe him? I mean,
sorry, Navin, not only about Brian Clough, but Peter Taylor as well, because they were a team, right?
Peter Taylor was the recruitment manager.
Yeah.
He signed all the players.
Yeah.
That we won the league with, the European Cups with. He signed all the players.
Yeah.
And it was only till shortly before they broke up, he signed all the players.
Yeah.
Brian Clough, just let Peter Taylor do that. Let him go scouting, you know.
We saw the movie, The Damned United.
Yes.
Does that movie reflects in the right manner? No?
Some parts.
Okay.
Some parts, but there was a scene where the Leeds players are busy shouting at Brian Clough and telling him he can't manage and can't.
Okay.
But that never happened.
Never happened, really?
Because I was there. That never happened.
You know that.
That never happened. There was one or two, like would say, a small thing to him.
Okay.
But never gathered together against the manager.
And what about We Believe in Miracle documentary? It's a really good
Very
one,
similar.
Right? Yeah.
It's very similar.
Okay.
But I suppose it was a minor miracle because there are very few teams that win promotion, then win the first division at the first attempt, and then win the European Cup at the first attempt. Yeah, of course. So it was a minor miracle in modern day sport.
Yeah.
But Clough was one that could out-talk anyone.
How would you describe him? Was he like a tough guy? I mean, you know, all these movies, documentaries,
he was
and everything.
Quite a strict disciplinarian, but he made the game of football quite simple for you. Yeah. Quite simple for you. He expected you to, you know, try and learn the game from talking to the other players. Obviously, you go out there and you play with them on a Saturday. But he wasn't one of these that would coach every single player about the position he played in.
Who did it?
Nobody. Because if we signed them, he said, I've brought you into the team. Like myself, he said, to play in midfield. And if you can't play midfield, I'll get someone else that will.
Yeah. Simple as that.
And someone said, well, that's a direct threat. And I said, no, it's coaching. If you can't do the job, I'll get someone else that will. But that was, there were simple things. The first thing he ever taught me was when I was 16 years of age at Hartlepool United in English League Division 4. And I'd made my debut, and it was an average debut, you know. And then on the training field, he said, like, you know, get a ball and bring it here now. So I got a football, and I said, what do you want me to do with it? And he said, I'd like you to dribble that ball round the corner flag and back as fast as you can. So I went off, came back and said, was that okay, boss? He said, now I want you to run round the corner flag and back without the ball. So I ran round the corner flag, came back and said, was that okay, boss?
What's going on?
He said, now tell me what was easier, running with the ball or without the ball? And I said, it's easier running without the ball. Why is that? He said, well, why don't you try passing it on a Saturday then? You know?
That's good.
Now but I thought about that, and I'm thinking, yeah.
It's a simple truth.
Pass.
Yeah.
But you pass it quickly to who you're going to give the ball to, because he needs time to control it and then do what he wants to do. The longer you keep the ball, the less time the guy's going to have when you pass it to him. And the more time the opposition defenders are going to be able to stop you doing it. So that's why all the good teams, present day Manchester City, the best example.
Passing the ball as quick as possible.
Pass and move, pass and move. So at 16, I realised that was right.
So was that then the beginning of modern football, modern era in football?
It's a common sense thing about football. You know, you have to give the other guy time. Yeah. So you give him it ball quickly. But you play it if you can along the ground, you know, at the right pace. And if he's got a defender who's here, then you play at that side of him.
Just tell me, you were known as a crazy gang. Who was the craziest?
Not the crazy gang.
I heard that.
Yeah?
Sorry.
All right, okay. Kenny Burns at the back.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he was
in between myself and Peter Shilton.
He was in defence, right?
He's a Scotsman as well.
Oh, okay.
But he speaks a little more Scottish than I do. You know.
You have to be
Because I
crazy
left-
with the hair like that, you know. Especially all of
Kenny.
you, I mean. It was the age.
You know, Kenny was one of those, you know, if he'd been in the Wild West, it would have been shoot somebody and ask questions after. You know, that would have been him, you know.
This is your shoes, no?
Yeah, that's my boots,
Your
yeah.
boots, yeah. Okay, nice. Nice. And now this is the...
That's my contract when I came to Nottingham Forest. They are £95 a week.
95 pounds a week. In today's
That's excellent.
money, what would it be, maybe? But
I don't know. I just wish I was playing today.
yeah, yeah. But what could you buy with that money at that time?
95, well, it was slightly higher than the average worker.
Slightly higher.
Slightly higher than the average worker. Say if you were a plumber or an electrician, you'd maybe earn 50 pounds a week or something. So 95, it's twice as much, yeah?
Yeah.
But
And those are the trophies.
yeah, that's the trophies.
You held it, the boat,
Yeah,
right?
I get it first.
Yeah.
Captain obviously, you know, is the first one to pick up the cup.
So this is Malmö and this is Hamburg, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Of course, it's a replica, right? Yeah.
Yes. According to UEFA, you're not supposed to make them the exact size because they like to keep the original cup unique.
Of course.
But they are the same size.
Okay, okay.
And at Liverpool Football Club, they're the same size.
Yeah. And they have how many? 5, 6? I'm not sure.
Five, I think.
5, yeah.
So
Oh,
so
great.
that was it. That was both 1-0, both 1-0s, but very,
Which one was harder? This one was in
Well,
Madrid, right?
well,
Against Hamburg.
yeah, against Hamburg it was more difficult because we lost Trevor Francis through injury in the early part of the tournament. So Trevor couldn't play in the final.
Yeah.
So I mean he'd scored the winning goal in the year before.
Robertson scored this one, right? John Robertson. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hit the in off the post. Yeah. So it's more difficult to retain something because we'd had 1 year in European football and won the cup. Then without Trevor Francis to go and win it again, I think that was a much better achievement than winning it with Trevor Francis because he was the first £1 million player. He'd scored the winning goal, and then you're not able to use him because he's injured. But we managed to do it because John Robertson was probably the best player at Nottingham Forest at the time and one of the best wingers in Europe. He's one of these that it doesn't matter which foot it comes on. He can beat people with his right foot, beat people with his left foot, cross with his left foot, cross with his... So there are very few players, even in modern day football, that are equally good with either foot.
Can you maybe compare him to somebody from the
Modern
nowadays?
day?
Yeah,
Lionel Messi,
I think so.
His life was
for what he did,
Yeah.
for his
Capability.
contribution to the team.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, for his contribution.
Never meant technically, right?
Yeah,
maybe-
not just technically, but in
obviously
on influence as a team player.
A
as
different
well.
style from Lionel
Yeah.
Messi, but his contribution
Yeah.
to the team
Yeah, it's
and
the
to
same,
winning
yeah.
both
Yeah,
cups.
it's the
Yeah.
same,
Massive contribution,
Yeah, yeah.
So as good at Nottingham Forest as Messi was at Barcelona.
Yeah.
That good.
yeah. Do you think that
But because we won promotion and then won the league and everybody said, well, who is this John Robertson? Because we did things that quickly.
were you a huge surprise as a team at that point as well? I mean,
Of course,
yeah.
a surprise to everyone
Yeah.
because they thought, how can they just get promoted and win the league?
Can you compare that with Leicester, maybe? That kind of success. Is it comparable?
Yeah.
Okay.
But we went on to
Yeah.
Yes, onto this.
of
Yeah,
course.
that's impossible.
so
Two times.
yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe a little bit better than
I
Leicester.
meant in England, only in England.
But it's the same with any team that wins promotion. How are you going to fare in the next league? Quite easily we did it.
I'm sure that you can you witnessed that as well. I mean, it's not just about having excellent players. I mean, you need a team as well. It's not it's not easy to achieve something like that. I mean, we've seen like Paris Saint-Germain and all of these teams with huge, big stars. And finally, I mean, you don't have that team spirit, and you had that as well.
Yeah.
So that is that the most important to have a team as well?
I think the management introduced the rules to the players.
Yeah.
But Clough was a disciplinarian. But he wasn't a disciplinarian to the point where you couldn't have a laugh and a joke and fun in training. We had lots of laughs and fun in training. You know what I mean? But when he discussed how you performed, then, you know, he would give you little hints, like passing the ball rather than running with the ball. It's easier. But if you didn't pick those up and remember them, then, you know, he would say to people, you know what I mean? You're in the side to do that, you know. But if you can't do it, you're not going to stay in the side. And if you don't do it anyway, you can go somewhere else. So everybody knew the situation. But when you bring good players together, then the team becomes even better. It's like when we lost Trevor Francis before the second final. We've got Gary Birtles. But Gary Birtles came from a local non-league club, Long Eaton. But when he came into the Nottingham Forest side as a striker and made a run on goal, the ball would come.
Oh, yeah, of course.
And then if he checked out and then he was in trouble with two defenders, you'd have two people saying, I'll have it.
To me.
So this is called teamwork. But he found out that coming into the Nottingham Forest side, when everyone said he won't be able to make the grade because he's been playing at non-league and now he's playing with the European champ, he won't make the grade. But it was easy for him.
I want to say to you, thank you personally, Neven as well, because I think that we actually felt in love in football because of you. Because back in the days, when we were kids in Zagreb and Belgrade, there were stories about. I mean, we had the chance occasionally to watch some TV game on TV, but very rarely. But there were.
He's much older than me, you know. So
no, he's older.
In my time, it was much better.
Who is older? Who is older? What do you think? Who is older?
You.
Who is older?
You, definitely.
Honestly.
He's bigger than you.
That doesn't mean anything.
Thanks for that. Correct answer.
So there was stories about some scary Nottingham Forest, you know, with winning twice this cup. So that's why I think that I really felt in love in football, you know.
I've seen Forest live playing in Split later.
Okay.
Then and in some other occasions as well. But it mustn't been never been easy, I guess, for you later on. I mean, although you won those cups twice, I mean, but it's not the same thing. Everybody's expecting you then to do something bigger.
I was lucky when I first started my football career.
Yeah.
At Hartlepool, in the 4th division. That's when Brian Clough, and he left Hartlepool, and then we won promotion there. For the first time in the club's history. So then I went to Derby County, where Brian Clough's the manager, and we win the 2nd Division Championship, and then 2 years later we win the 1st Division Championship.
So it's you two, actually.
I was at Derby County as well.
Some chemistry between you two, right?
He thought I could play.
Yeah.
He thought I was a player, and I knew exactly what he wanted because I was dedicated to my job, you know. I would be first on the training ground, last off the training ground. You know, and he would say to me, you know, go home. You've trained enough, you know, go home. You know, because I loved the game. I was one of these footballers that it's a romantic situation with me. I love the game of football. I love training, and I would talk to other people and say, listen, I do something that I would do for nothing, and they pay me to do it. Now, ask me why I'm smiling and why I'm happy.
But then that brings us to the most important thing in football, I think, in nowadays. You have to. I really think that still, if you're a player, you still have to love the game. It's not just the money. It's not just the thing that is happening around football, but the things that are happening on the ground. That's something which is important.
But all the best players just
they
love the
position
they're in.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and I often say, like, you know, there's thousands of people would change places with me right now and do it for nothing.
Yeah.
And you have to appreciate that. There's some players don't appreciate that.
Yeah, you have to stay humble, I think.
Yeah, of course. But you also have to stay humble because there's always somebody coming trying to take your place. When we had a small squad of about 15 players, now they have about 28 players or 29 players, you know, so we had a small team and a small squad, so that there weren't many people that could take your place.
Are you talking about this? That's another thing that I wanted to ask you. Are you talking about this to these nowadays players, Forest players? I mean, you know, do you tell them sometimes, you know, how the club used to look like, you know, and back in those days? I mean, that it wasn't like this probably, especially not in the Premier League.
Well,
with everything that is going
they have
on.
an academy, and the first thing I tell them is, you know...
Did you have academy as well?
No, we didn't even have a training ground.
Yeah.
Okay. We used to run up the river,
Okay.
the side of the river, and find the local football field. And if there was nobody on it, we'd go and train on there. Yeah. And then the local groundsman would come and say, "Hey, get off there." And we're winning European Cups. Yeah. Now they have an academy that has about 12 pitches, you know. 12
That
pitches.
brings us to the most important questions, after all. So you won these two twice. So after that, after you won that, was it much easier with the ladies after that?
If you're a footballer, you can be as ugly as me. And the ladies will always speak to you.
Yeah, but you had 95 pounds per week. Sorry.
Yeah, 95 pounds per week, yeah.
Bleki. Konačno sam na tvom mjestu. Ušte je lepo.
They all look very serious.
Why?
Serious times, you know.
Yeah.
They look dangerous.
Just found out the taxman's caught up with them, that's why.
Is it possible to get some massage?
Yeah, treatment room.
Treatment room.
I think this is another, I don't know if another treatment room. Oh, it's locked anyway.
Never mind. Well, it's actually modest. I mean, I saw the changing room at you know, Bernabeu.
Yeah. Oh, but theirs is like
Space shuttle. Right? Što nisam fudbaler? Sad bi popasao ovo travu ako treba.
Uvijek je lijepo izaći ovako na stadion, na teren, pokraj terena.
What a feeling.
Yeah, but it's the noise. They make a lot of noise.
Yeah.
We have very good vocal support from the, you know. Now this is the stand where they're going to, see, that's like one tier, another tier.
Yeah.
One tier, another tier. One tier. So this is what they're going to do with this.
Yeah.
Make
another one.
Yeah.
It's only going to give them another 4,000 or 5,000 supporters.
Yeah. It's different.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
So they looked at the situation where we could build a new ground somewhere else, but because this is where the history is,
it's
they've thought
120 years. When was built this ground here?
When
this
was
place? Built?
When was this built?
Yeah.
I think it was like early 20th century.
Early years in 20th century. Yeah. So maybe 120 years.
Yeah, but West Bridgeford was different at that point.
Yeah.
At that time. Now it's much more expensive than it was then.
Personally, I mean, I think they should stay here.
Yeah, I think so as well.
Because, you know, we have like Notts County's grounds
Notts
there.
County on the other side of the...
Even the cricket club is here where they have test matches.
Yeah.
So I think they should stay here. And well, that's what they're going to do now, because there were many objections to them altering things.
Yeah.
You know, because obviously there's only one street that ends up one street here at this side. I mean, the other side you can enter as well, but you know, for traffic it's...
You don't have parking places. Neither. I mean, so that's obvious.
Which one is home bench?
That one.
That one.
Yeah.
Do you live in
Sorry,
the neighborhood?
no, they've changed it. When I played that, this one's the home bench
Now
now.
is this one.
Yeah,
Okay.
they changed it. They changed it, you know.
You wanna play? One-on-one?
What, me?
Huh?
Look at that.
I think you're faster than me even these days, really. I mean,
I wasn't faster than anyone.
really?
No.
You had skills instead of fast. Yeah, brain, skills of brain.
Brain, yeah. You need brain to play football, you know.
Yeah, it helps.
Yeah. Mene često pitaju za koga navijam u Engleskoj, ali ni za koga zaista. Međutim, postoje klubovi koje ipak simpatišem više, a to je upravo ovaj klub. I zato je ovaj moment meni poseban, jer se nalazim ispred mesta koje demonstrira, koje pokazuje zašto sam se ja zaljubio u fudbal i zašto sam zavoleo Notingem Forest. Ovo je ova čuvena generacija kada su bili prvaci Evrope 2 puta, kada su stizale neke vesti o nekom strašnom Notingem Forestu koji igra najbolji fudbal na svetu. I ovo je čuvena ekipa Briana Clough'a koja je pobedila Malme i Hamburg u finalu Kupe šampiona, sada Lige šampiona. I ovo mesto bukvalno odiše tom tradicijom. A upravo evo su ovdje i ove kopačke koje nosio čovjek koji je predvodio taj tim, John McGovern, kapiten. To su te kopačke, eto ja se imam žmarci.
Sad, jedna od priča koje stalno pričam ljudima koje negdje upoznam vezano kada me pitaju ok, kako izgleda tamo u Forestu oko kluba i svega ostaloga. Tradicija je jedna od stvari koja je nezaobilazna ovdje, tradicija je sve. I sad, nevjerojatna je stvar. I ovo je prvi put kad sam ovo vidio me šokiralo, a sada ponovno me šokira. Dakle, ovo je program. Nešto što na većini utakmica se kod nas ne radi, dakle više ni u našim krajevima nije uopće poznato da postoji nešto što se zove program za utakmicu, to se ovdje radi za svaku utakmicu i ovo je najstariji poznati program za jednu službenu utakmicu Notingem Foresta protiv Walsall Town Swifts, dakle od 7. septembra 1889. godine. Dakle, to je prvi program koji je napravljen kad u 19. stoljeću. Pa ljudi, evo, to je pokazatelj onoga što znači nogomet ili fudbal, kako već hoćete, za Englesku i o čemu se tu radi. Dakle, tradicija je apsolutno sve, a nevjerojatno je da se tako nešto događalo u tom trenutku. Viško, ja upravo pričam o tome. Dakle, prvi program.
Znam,
nešto što se... To sam ti pričao.
Ne, to si ti radio taj program. Ti si ga učestvovao.
Ja sam ga radio. Ali nevjerojatna stvar. Dakle, ozbiljno. Dakle, program kod nas
ja se ozbiljno ježim. Majke mi te ovo stvari ne duševljavaju.
1889. godina prvi program. A čem pričam?
Ne ništa. Mr. McGovern, thank you very much. At the end, I would like you to say best of luck and so on, but on real Scottish. Truly Scottish, please.
Just into the camera.
Yeah.
Sorry, you want me to...
Yeah, just do the piece into the camera, just say all the best.
The boys have said good luck to me, and that's great. So I'd like to say everybody out there, you know, stay well, enjoy yourself and have a good life.
Thanks. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot. That's okay. E pa dobrodošli u moj grad, Nottingham. Kao što vidite, vrijeme je prekrasno. Sunce sija nekih 23 stupnja ili stepena, kako već hoćete. Toplo, jako lijepo. Rijetko ko želi ovakvo vrijeme imati u svojem gradu, a oni koji to žele su potpuno nenormalni, kao ovaj moj kolega s druge strane. Ne vidite ga sada, ali vidjet ćete ga uskoro, nažalost. Ovo tu preko puta, tamo gore gdje jedan samo dio vidite, to je kriket, teren, kriket ground i ovo je jedna od tribina, jedan od većih i jedan od ljepših u Engleskoj. Tu igra i nacionalna reprezentacija. Ovo tamo je tribina Forestovog stadiona, a mi se nalazimo ovdje ispred šopa Notingem Foresta. Znači, što se tiče kluba, ajmo najprije malo vidjeti shop. Što se tiče mojeg nenormalnog kolege, evo ga tu iza. Alo, s kim pričaš ti?
Evo, sad ću, cvije davi ljudi ovdje, sad ćemo. Evo, udovi se.
Dobra fora. Dobro, krasno.
Ajde.
Krasno, ne krasno.
Ajde, pokušaj ti ćeo, ajde.
Krasno fora. Ajmo unutra vidjeti šta ima, a? Di ćeš za mnom, ne? Ajde, pješ tamo. Gdje si Rodlavi? Šta nisi izašao vanda na kišice?
Zato što mi se kosica onda potpuno u kovrić.
Pa ti voliš ta navodna kišica, a? Vidi ovo. Ja samo trebam maramicu, ništa drugo. Evo ga, shop, vidiš.
Ono što svaki, naravno, klub ima, to je shop i obično su, pored stadiona, tako i ovdje. Evo ga, shop, odme tu City Ground, koji je onako stari.
Evo ti ovdje pogledaj, okreni gore samo da vidiš, evo ima tu neki poznato ime.
Ima tu neki naših. Šta ti radi?
Vidiš broj 31, možeš staviti na majicu, dakle da... Ajmo sad nešto krenuti od onoga što ja najviše trebam, što ti ne trebaš. Naša poznata šetnica, tebi to samo pokvari frizuru, je li tako?
Pa nije, zavisi, nekada i dobro utiče na mene. Misliš nove kapice na početku, a?
Ja imam jednu za tebe koja bi tebi najbolje stajala.
Odslikava moje unutrašnje raspoloženje.
Ti si takav, ti si jedna tankoćutna duša i što ja cijenim kod tebe, što ja kod tebe volim.
Šta sam tankoćutan?
Da, mogu te... Neću se. To smijeću.
To smije, kako sve smije.
Pa sve je to za ljudi.
Viš, ono što mi je interesantno da kada uđeš imaš ove dresove koji nisu o Forestove boji. Dakle, ove gostujuće garniture.
To je gostujuće garniture,
ali meni se sviđa. Čekaj, to stave da bi više prodali gostujuće garnituru onda, jer ti to kao nude kad uđeš, je to marketinški fazan?
Ne znam. Da, naravno. Slušaj, ne, kao prvo, znači gostujuća garnitura, malo je, vidjet ćeš poslije tamo, mislim da je, barem je uvijek tako bila, malo jeftinija od ove prve crvene garniture, naravno. Ali je dobar dres, meni se sviđa, tako da to je dobra varijanta.
Ajde baš da krenemo onda stvari ti dresova.
Inače, što se tiče kluba, jesi li znao da je Forest, čak i kad je bio u drugoj ligi, što je nažalost po Forest bilo vrlo često, njihovi dresovi su bili jedni od najprodavanijih u ligi. I sad ću ti pokazati, ja se nadam da još...
75 funti je prva garnitura, što uopšte nije mala cena za dres.
Švijen. Nema naravno broja ni imena, to poslije odnesiš tamo pa ti onda staviš što hoćeš. Ako želiš naravno broj ime.
Evo ovako, informacija za tebe kada su pare u pitanju, sve 3 garniture su iste cene.
Isto pošto, ok. Dobro, nekad je to i onda valjda na kraju sezone, znam da je bilo kad mijenjaju garniture, onda neka pojeftini malo, možeš ih naći jeftinije i onda je zbog toga na kraju sezone bude onda niža cijena. I šta, 75 je i ovaj plavi?
Sve 75.
Šta bi ti Viško rađe, plavi ili crveni? Ja mislim da bi išao u crveni, naravno. Crvena. Tvoja crvena je, ovaj crveno-bijela boja, je to tvoja boja?
Pa kada nema pinka.
Je li tvoja crveno-bijela boja?
U stvari roze. Je
li tvoja crveno-bijela boja?
Dosta ne davi više čovječe. Evo ovdje lepo su sve 3 garniture da ljudi vide kako to izgleda na manekenima. I ovaj sponsor je od ove godine, ako se ne varam. Ovo je novi sponsor.
Nije, bio je i prošle godine.
Bio je prošle,
mislim da je. Ali vidiš, razlika ti imaš na različitim, ovi su trening dresovi. Znači na trening dresovima imaš drugog sponzora. I jako mi se sviđaju ove trenirke, recimo ova mi je krasna. Ne, ali ova, pogledaj kako je dobro. Ovo bi tebi fantastično stavilo. Daj da vidim kako izgleda.
Stvarno je dobra.
Evo, gledaj. Ajde, pogledaj prema meni.
Čekaj da okačem ovo, majke.
Brate, otvarate u struku. Znaš kako si dobar. Baš ti lijepo stoji. Koliko košta?
80.
Pa ja mislim da bi se to tebi isplatilo. Znaš šta, baš je lijepa onako jakna i ovo možeš i na svadbu i na ples i tamo na splavove po Beogradu, gdje tebe se često viđa, tako da to uopće ne bi bilo loše za tebe. Sad, ovo je za mene, recimo ja volim plavu boju kao što znamo.
Ti voliš modru boju?
Volim modru. Ovo je baš ovako jedna lijepa boja. Ja u plavom, a ti u crveno-belom. Forest obojica. To nekako zbližava naše druge najveće ljubavi, jel tako?
Što pričaš ti, čovječe?
Pa ne, govorim ti o Forestu.
Mekano ko duša. Si pipnuo ovo?
Aj pip. Opa, baš je lijepo. Sviđa mi se ovaj šal. Malo onako tamnije, zagasitije. Boja za lice.
Ja rekao upaljač, ja rekao
Da, meni isto izgleda upaljač.
Hoćeš sad da kažeš nešto na ovo?
Ne, lijepo je. Crveno-bijelo, boje Forest.
Bombonice, vidi.
To nije za tebe.
Kako nije za mene, vozimo odmah.
Ne bi baš trebao.
Midget games.
Pa mislim, ne bi smio ni ja, pa tako da neću ovaj... ovi su bolji, gledaj. Ovo je one kao...
Ovo neke kisele.
Žele, kao one, da.
Ajde, uzmite. Dobro, ajmo ove gadgeti, ja to najviše volim. A gdje su na gadgeti? Je li ovdje da stisnem?
Stisni, da. Tu gdje piše stisni ovdje. Šta ćeš sad?
Sad ćemo ovo napravimo foricu. Uzmemo jedan...
Hoće tu stati Višković,
ćemo
ajde
prvu
baš da vidimo da
garnituru.
tu stane Višković, a?
A znaš što me zanima? Jer pretpostavljam da nema pretpostavljam da nema ed tekst.
Ajde.
Pretpostavljam da nema š i č i tako dalje, a?
Ajde, v. Nema šeća, definitivno.
Dobro,
To ti je okej.
save changes.
Tu,
Dobro, može place order. Broj?
Pa dobro, Višković 9, to uopće nije loše.
Devetka, ajde neka
Pa da.
bude devet, finish. Dobro. Ok. No, it's ok. Evo, 5 funti košta ovaj privezak sa...
Pa to nije puno, to je vrlo fino.
Pa nije puno,
Vrlo
da.
okej.
Yeah? Thank you very much. Thank you. Sad s ovim idemo da mi odštampuje privezak. Hello. For you, right?
Da, nije loše.
Kao ja, još posla, super. Oduševljeni su.
A si ti Visković ili Višković?
Pa Visković sam ovdje, ali... Gdje ti dres? Gdje ti devetka? Gdje ti
Da,
Cvijanović?
vidiš, ovdje je dobro ovaj...
Ti možda vidiš Cvijanović. Ti možeš svašta
Vidiš, mogo bi baš malo kupiti. Ajde da kupim dres Charlie, da.
Dobre fore, sviđa mi se. Sviđa mi se, ovo ću da drnem sad u rukama stalno.
Evo vidiš, ovo sam napravio za maloga, ne?
Charlie
Za sobu,
Cvijanović.
pa da.
Si. Ima dobre fudbalske, dobre pedigre
Mogo bi
fudbalske.
dobar, da. Ovo mi se jako sviđa, to sam kupio jednom prijatelju, mislim da sam uzeo ovu majicu. Ali sve su dobro, znači ovo je finale 79.
Koga je dobio Forest u finalu?
Dobili su...
Malme.
Jel je? Jedna je od tih godina 79.
Trevor Francis.
Trevor Francis,
Koga
da.
sam obožavao u sličicama za Španiju 82. Omiljeni mi je bio.
Da.
I onda, to je Malme, a onda u Madridu su dobili Hamburg u finalu.
Točno,
I to su ta dva dresa u kojima su osvajali finala. I tad sam se ja zaljubio u fudbal.
Ne, krasno, bila je sjajna generacija, izvrsno su igrali i jedna od tih nevjerojatnih priča, sve što su napravili, dakle i te 79. i 80. sa ispadanjem iz lige,
Da.
osvajanjem naslova
Jednom šampioni Engleske, 2 puta prvaci Evrope, luda družina, nevjerovatna priča. Najluđa engleska priča, pa je onda došla ova Lesterova, po meni, ako mene pitaš.
Ali ovo je isto krasan povijesni dres, dakle ovo je iz...
To kad su osnovane otprilike,
59. Nije, ovo je daleko poslije. Ovo je finale FA kupa. Dres koji je, evo, sjajan poklon također, 30 funti, dakle na sniženju. Nešto što onako vrijedi uzeti u obzir ako kupuješ nekome nekakav poklon. Viško, ja imam djecu u rasponu od 6 do 21, tvoji su malo stariji, ali...
Priznate ili sve zajedno? Računaš sve?
Ne, samo ovo što ja znam. Ali jel ti uzimaš u obzir ovako nešto ponovno kao za poklone? Ili?
Ja, znaš da bi volao majkima me vredi više. Možda ovi, ne?
Pa da, možda ovi mladići.
Koji put si šopovao ti ovom?
Koji put?
Da.
3., 4. Nisam baš puno.
Živiš ovdje, a ja te...
Ne, znaš šta, ali bio sam ti ovdje, znao sam otići subotom ujutro, jer mi je tu Čali moj išao na nekakvu aktivnost ovdje preko puta, 2 kuće dalje. Ja, znaš šta sam te htio pitati vezano za šop? Koliko ti stvari uopće u šopovima i ovdje sad u ovom imaš nekakve da bi, šta znam, nosio, koristio ili tako? Ili ti je to sve samo za navijanje? Ono?
Gledam ko navija za taj klub kod kuće, koliko znam i onda njima kupim poklone. I baš konstatujem kako za Forest ne navija mnogo ljudi kod kuće. Naša generacija ima ih, ali ovi mlađi to je sve. Liverpool, United, Chelsea. Arsenal, Chelsea manje, Tottenham, Džene, City retko.
Dobro, a šta bi od ovih stvari, recimo, ima nešto da bi ti uzeo pa bi tu malo nešto si obuko nosio, znaš, svadba, subotu navečer izlazak, a ovo za bebice i to.
Pa mislim, nemam bebice više tako da...
Dobro, okej, ali šta ja znam, to je žena ti je mlada, ajmo. Dobro, jesmo obavili ovaj.
Pa ja sam mlad, majko, ja ne mogu isto.
Ne baš, nisi baš. Ajmo.
Wow. Are you sure you're giving this to me?
You want a proof?
No. But you're giving it to me.
Yeah, of course. No, with pleasure. With pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.